Alright everyone, today we've got a little bit of a welding job. As you can see it's cracked everywhere. You can probably see daylight through there. But all of this lot, well, it's not very secure. So let's get a pair of scissors. We'll cut that bit off, that bit of string, and then we'll actually assess what's left of it. Don't think there's a lot. And then we've just got to find some metal to re-weld to, and to have to weld actually. Typical farmers, baler twine. Baler twine fix everything, apparently. Yeah. Oh. This is the first time I'm seeing this as well. Oh, it's a lot worse than I thought. Wow. This is going to take a little while to repair then. Good job he don't need it until like November time, when he starts feeding the cattle again. Yeah, because it's all cracked along there. Oh dear. Is this... That should not move. Wow. Oh, I'm going to have to take all the shaft out of it. Possibly. Oh, it's gone there as well. Yep, there's a hole there. Oh, only get jack under there, under here. Jack gets up to try and get the shaft back level, and then try and figure out how I'm going to weld rot. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. Right, so I got top off now. It's now laying down there. Yeah. More holes. Lots of bent bits. I mean, that whole piece there is going to have to come out and be replaced. It's all twisted. Oh, lovely. So I might take that roller out now, reduce the weight a bit more, and then somehow jack this up so it should be where it should be. Because if you look here, if you look at the auger, tight that end, massive gap that end. So that whole end has got to come up about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. So this next job is trying to get that auger back in line. Because if not, it's going to kill all the bearings. And that's the last thing we want at the minute, is to kill the bearings. I mean, I'm guessing there used to be another auger in there, but it hasn't had one for a very long time. So yeah, I'll now take out roller off this end. I think I'll just take that out, cut all the bolts off because they ain't going to come off, lift it out, take the feed chute off because it's knackered anyway, and then jack it up and see if I can get, so you can see how far out it is, because this bit should be down here. I know they're bowed out a little bit, but now even that bit there should be welded down there somewhere, about 1 inch down. So it just shows you how much this is twisted, and there's cracks everywhere from the weight of it. Yeah, this is going to take some doing. Right, I've jacked it up now. A lot better. You can see where that bit was welded onto there. Just there. So it's now at the right height. I just need to pull it in. Just need to pull it in that little bit. So what I'm going to plan on doing is putting a ratchet strap around it and pulling on probably here. Put the ratchet strap onto here and pull it in. And what I'll do is I'll clean all that up, I'll weld that back so it's got a hold, and then I'll see about starting to try and get rid of all these holes which aren't meant to be there. This next fun bit, I have some plate of various sizes. I think we're going to use 90% of it doing this job. But yeah, that's what we'll do now. We'll get the ratchet strap out, we'll pull it around a bit to square it up, and then we'll start cleaning up and welding it. Right, ratchet strap's on, nice and tight. As you can see, pulled it up lovely. So clean that up, weld that up. We'll stick another plate on somewhere. just to support it, and then I've got a lot of brace. Right, I had to think about it. I'm not going to weld that back on there because I need to repair all behind here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a slit up there. That bit's not welded on anyway, I don't think. I'm going to slit right down here, all the way down to there somewhere. Take all of this crap section out and then start fresh. I've got a bit of plate over there which I'll bend to roughly the shape of this. Weld that all back in so it's all nice and new and strong. And then I've got some of this angle, which what I'm going to do is to get it to bend around this angle, I'm going to do 1/2 inch sections, and then I can slot it around and then weld it all up. So hopefully by the time that's done that'll all be nice and strong. So yeah, now to cut that section out. Right, we've got that plate in. Decided to put it on the inside because it looks a lot better and a lot easier to weld up. Show you the inside. Yeah, so all I'm going to do is put a few tacks around where it's touching at the minute. So there is where it's touching, and then I'll hammer this and hold this out while I tack all that into place. Now I'll do the same round this bottom edge, and then I'll have to do the same for this edge here that's touching there, so I'll tack that on there and then just hit that down so it's touching with the original metalwork. Tack that on, pull that up, just touching there so you ain't got a gap, then weld it all up inside and out, and there's a new plate in there. And then what I might do, well, I've got the other side to do as yet, so I've got to replace all of that bit as yet. That's had it as well, so I'm just going to do the same thing for that. Put a bit down the inside. If I've got a bit big enough, I'm just going to go the whole width of this right up to here, because it's had it here, and as you can see on the inside, it's very worn, very worn. So that's my plan at the minute, and hopefully it stays that plan. So I'll get this bit all welded in so it's strong, and then I'll cut all this rot out. Yeah, it might have to be in 2 sections because this is the only bit of steel I've got left. I might have enough to do. No, I don't think I'm going to have enough to do all of this section, so it looks like I'm going to have to get some more steel. So I might leave that for the minute then. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Ain't quite made up my mind on that yet. Don't quite know what I'm gonna do, because all that is knackered in there. As you can see, it's very, very worn out, and it's now going to start wearing through the other bit of plate. And if I don't patch it, it won't last. But I think this is his backup bucket anyway. I don't think this is his main feeder bucket. I think this is the backup one for if the other one breaks. Because everyone kind of knows how old dairy farmers are, or old cow farmers. There's not a lot of love given to all of their machines, which is why everything's held together by baler twine. Trust me, when I've finished fixing stuff, there's no baler twine in sight on the machines. But yeah, that's what I'll do now. Get all that bit welded in and tacked in and done, and then we'll move on to the other bit. Right, I thought you'd give you lot an update. That plate's all in and welded in, inside and out. I've cut that nasty bit of plate off, which is now down there. The only problem is I've now got this bit here, which I'm just going to gas axe off because I can't get in there with a grinder. Let me show you the inside. There we go. The inside's all welded. I need to put another plate on the outside here because it's got a crack in. I need a plate up here. I need a plate where the hitch is for a quick hitch. So I've got to plate all of that bit as yet, and then put strengthening rods across because the plate I've got isn't as thick as what was on it. So I need to put some, well, I think what I'm going to use is angle. Just weld some angle from there, right across, probably 4 or 5 bits all the way around. First one there, and the second one there somewhere, and just keep going around like that. And this side's all alright. There's nothing wrong with this side at all. It's all mainly this side. See, you can see crack what I've got to weld up, and then I'll strengthen it. I'll put a plate down here, and I'll put a plate across there, and that'll be strengthened. See, another bit I've got to sort out here. I'm just going to plate down the outside of here, sort of that sort of area, plate that up. I've got to plate this bit, so I'm going to grind all that down, put plate, start from up there somewhere, go down, probably come over a bit more because it's cracked up to there, so come down to there, around to there, up like that. Might do it so it's overhang and then just bend it round and weld it up. So I've got a crack here. So yeah, I've got quite a bit to do to this still, and then obviously I've got to make the cover, make the chute again, because it's knackered. Because this is the plate what bolts it on. That needs straightening and strengthen. I need new bolts for it. I need to make, well, bits of plate on that. As you can see, the holes are worn away, which is standard. And then tighten this chain up. I have no idea where this guard is. Not a clue. Yeah, obviously get it all back on, sort it all out properly. Don't know how that plate's meant to be. I think that plate is meant to be flat. I think. I haven't never done one of these before. I'm going to have to Google how that plate sits. But I believe that plate is meant to sit flush on there. So if that's the case, we need to address that. Oh, we've got a hole there as well. But yeah, we're getting there. I don't think we're going to address these holes down here for the minute. We might do. I'll see how we feel. see what the farmer wants me to do. That's quite a big job that is as well, which means I would need more plate because I don't have enough plate. But yeah, I'm happy with it so far. So now I'll just cut the plate for that. Hopefully do the same as what I've done for this one, slide it on the inside and then weld it both sides, inside and out. Same as this side, inside and out. After I gas axe that bit off, because that bit's bent and in the way and you can't get an arrow grinder. So I'll cut that bit. That needs to go from there round to there. And then we'll weld all that in. And we'll weld the strengthened plates across. Probably be a bit to angle across here as well. It's the easiest thing. I mean, I've got that massive bit of angle. And I've also got some more angle. So yeah, slowly getting there. If you want to know how I managed to bend the last one, I'll now show you how I done it. So you go straight there, and it's got to be round. So I'll show you how I done it. So now all I've got to do is get that to fit in there. So it means I've got to go on the inside and knock it in, which is all good fun. You eagle-eyed viewers probably noticed that I haven't cut that plate out yet. So let's get the gas axe out and quickly cut this plate off, which you can probably see here. I'm hoping so. That plate off, and then we can knock it all the way through. And then we start at one end and work our way around, clamping it and getting it out to where it should be. So let's go back to hammering this back through. Alright, I went in fairly easy. As you can see, I've now got final fitments. So what I'll do, as it's touching here, we'll weld that onto there, and then we'll go up, and then we'll go down, getting that to fit tight against there, and welding it underneath, and getting it tight to fit at the top, and then welding it, and we'll weld it on the outside, and then we'll try and weld down these centre seams as well. But at least it hasn't got any holes now. How long it'll last? Not sure. I might end up I might plate down the outside as well if I've got enough spare plate. Which, yeah, I should have. So I'll make them double thickness where I've welded the plate on. Just to give it some strength, because that's not very thick steel what I've put in. But it's the only thing I had handy. So yeah, we'll do that now, or after lunch. It might be lunchtime. But yeah, we'll do that, weld all that up, and then we're starting to get somewhere eventually. Well, I say it's probably another half a day at least, if not near a full day, sorting all the holes and cracks out on this bucket, and then we can take it back to the customer. It's the end of the job today. You can see that I've started to go around that, which you can see more in a minute. See, I've welded the other plate in, which you can see here. I'm going to stick another plate over the top of here. I'm going to cut that bit off, and I might, if I've got enough plate, I might end up cutting this section out completely. I know now I've welded it in, but I'll weld this other plate in here first. So I'll do, instead of having a join there, I'll have a join about there. So we cross over the joins. Weld another plate all the way around there. So that's the wear plate, and then that's the solid one. Might cut all of this out and redo it. I might do all that in there. I'll see how I feel. I mean, it's getting a big job now. And as you can see, I've welded all of that up, but I've still got to plate it. Like I said before, I'm going to put a plate down there, plate down there, plate down there, and then I'm going to run some plate from there to there, straight across, weld it onto there, to give all that extra strength, because that's only thin stuff. Oh, and I've still got that one to do. So yeah, I might not bother with that box this year. I might do that next year, because it's already taken me a day, with a couple of breakdowns involved as well. So I'm now going to put it somewhere so it doesn't get too wet, so all my welds don't go rusty. Because ideally I need to paint it, but as you can see, I don't have the luxury of a workshop. So I need to put this under cover somewhere, hoping I can get it in that little lean-to over there. And then it can stay in there until I get around to doing more of this, which will probably be next week at some point. Because I need to buy some more plate, because I don't have enough plate. Because I've got a lot, still got a lot of plate, as you can see. It's so mangled. There's a hell of a gap there, so I need to plate all of that. So I'll probably bring a plate across, cut all that off, bring a plate across, sit it onto here, bend it down, weld it all up, and that'll be done there. Weld all the inside as much as I can while the auger's still in there, because I ain't taking that auger out because it's probably seized. So yeah, let's get in there.